From his role from Borat, to Prince Aladdin, to now his new role over at Marvel as Mephisto. Is Sacha Cohen Natty or not? Well, we're gonna go ahead and watch this video produced by Entertainment Tonight and make our conclusion on whether or not we think that Sacha Cohen is natty or not. Let's get into it.
We should work on our bodies too.
Borat bod, be gone.
Nice.
Sacha Baron Cohen proving he's been hitting the gym hard by putting these results on full display as Men's Fitness UK's latest cover boy.
So yeah, it's no surprise that he needs to get absolutely dieseled to play his role as Mephisto, and he has done so in a tremendous way. Now before we go too deep into the video, I think it's important to discuss some things. Like for instance, first of all, he's not the youngest guy. He's 53 years old. He's not short either. He comes in, according to Google, at 6'3". Now what does any of this mean, you might ask? Well, his age is definitely going to play a big role in muscle growth. When you get older, you lose testosterone, meaning you lose the ability to pack on muscle. Second of all, being at 6'3", you're going to have to add a lot more muscle than you would than being a shorter guy, meaning you have to spend a lot more time to fill up your frame.
The actor debuting his new look on Instagram for his million-plus followers.
A lot of the times I've been completely terrified. There's been a lot of scary moments.
He even joked that the snaps were not AI on his story, revealing his makeover secrets, writing, "Some celebs use Ozempic, some use private chefs, others use personal trainers. I did all three."
Now obviously he's joking there, but something a part of me makes it seem like, hey, maybe he's telling the truth. Like obviously he wouldn't use Ozempic because that would take away the body fat, where here he needs to bulk up. And by bulking up, he was able to maintain a lot of muscle. Also, why wouldn't he use a private chef and a personal trainer, considering he's a multi-millionaire who's gonna make a lot of money during his role as Mephisto?
The 53-year-old continued to share pics hard launching his midlife crisis, a comment that might not be just for laughs. The actor finalized his divorce from wife of 13 years, Isla Fisher, last month.
So it was a very challenging time for my love life.
I mean, yeah, a relationship will do that to you, man. I can't say I blame the guy. I think that's how half of us ended up starting in the gym.
But the real motivation behind SCB's new look, Marvel. He joined the MCU by way of Ironheart as Mephisto.
So a lot of times I like to ask myself, what is this guy's motivation? Why would he want to suddenly get big? And why does he need to get big quick? And I think the fact that, one, he got a divorce, he's trying to prove his ex-wife wrong, maybe persuade her back, show her how she messed up. And then you have the other motivation for him, which in this case is monetary wise, or playing a big role making millions of dollars. So two very good reasons on why he would hop on a little bit of sauce in order to get as big as possible.
And chances are we'll see a lot more of bulked up Baron on our screens. Marvel boss Kevin Feige recently said they've got big plans for his supervillain.
So again, that's more motivation for him to want to hop on gear, more monetary gain. There's probably hundreds of actors out there trying to play the role as Mephisto and start a whole universe around this character. So now after we've watched this video, we've sort of gained an understanding here. One, he has the motivation to take steroids to, one, disprove his wife, show her what she's missing out on. Two, we also learned his monetary growth potential for wanting to dabble in the PED world. We also have to notice the fact that he is very tall. It's going to be hard for him to pack on muscle, and it's going to be hard for him to pack on muscle considering his age is 53. Now, with all that being said, you can't necessarily jump to the conclusion here. Again, he could have done it completely natural. But I think what's also really important is the time span in seeing picture by picture, or as much as we can find on his transformation. So if we go ahead and take a look at his physique in Borat at age 34, you can see sort of as muscle structure is concerned, he doesn't have the craziest genetics. He has above average genetics, I will say, If you look at his chest, you can kind of see some detail, some structure in the chest. You can see some structure in the traps and the shoulders, a little bit in the biceps. But he's just above average, nothing crazy. And then we can go ahead and take a look at his physique a few years later at age 48. I dare to say this is 100% natural. He has a well above average physique for a man, especially for a grown adult. Yeah, he's losing some hair. Yeah, he's got a little bit of gyno, but I think that just comes with age, you know? You're not going to have the highest test levels as a grown adult who's at 48 years old. He doesn't look too dieseled. You can tell he has a lot of fat on the physique, but there's nothing out of the ordinary when it comes to his physique. He looks like a guy who works out, and he looks well above average. I hate to say it. A lot of people are going to disagree with me, but I dare to say that on the photo to the left, he looks better than 99% of people out there. I'm sorry, but your minds are warped by social media if you think otherwise. Now, here's where things get a little sketchy. If we go ahead and jump a couple years, we're now at 53 years old for Sacha Baron Cohen. And this man is nothing less than dieseled, saucy, Capri Sun, the Kool-Aid Man, whatever you want to call it. His physique is absolutely amazing, and he has jumped from the top 1% to the top 0.01% in just a few amount of years. Granted, I will say, this is a men's fitness photo shoot. You already know he's going to be oiled up, best lighting possibly imagined, and he is going to have an amazing pump. But with that being said, do I think this is a natural physique? 1,000%. Do I think he did it naturally? No, I do not think so. Now here's why. If he would have gone from his first physique to this dieseled physique in those short amount of years, I'd say he's natural. If he was in his 20s, I would say he's 100% natural. With him being the age that he is, I don't think it is possible for someone to go from that to this. You have to keep in mind, when money is an option, when fame is on the line, you're going to do whatever you possibly can in order to get the best physique imaginable. So I think my final conclusion is here. I think this is definitely Natty achievable if he would have done it in his 20s. I think the lack of testosterone, the money, the motivation, etc., I think that sort of goes against his thing. It goes against his case, at least in this scenario. But with all that being said, he could 100% be completely natural, and I could just be a hater, but that's just my opinion on the situation. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.